Grow My Cleaning Company teaches owners of cleaning companies just like you how to grow your company, make more money, and finally take charge of your financial future and your life. This podcast is about automating and creating systems that give you time and money freedom so you can grow like crazy without losing control. Since this is totally free, if you're getting tons of value, want to support us, and make sure that you get more of the good stuff, subscribe, rate, and review to this podcast today. Now, on to the show. Hey, everybody. I think we are absolutely live for anyone that cares about the absolute boring technical junk that we do. We moved from, what the heck did we move from? From something called Be Live, which is a little buggy. Sorry, Be Live. Got to call them like I see them. To, we are now on Ecamm Live, which so far pretty sexy, but we'll see. So anyway, there's the big, long, boring thing for anyone that cares, which could probably just be 0 people. Other than me, or someone want to do a Facebook Live. All right. That said, let's dive into the good stuff today. We are going to talk about leaving a legacy with your cleaning company. I will say on this new one, Baby Love, I cannot see any of the comments folks are making.
It should be on the right. You want me to come and point them out to you?
Yeah, I think that'd be cool. Well, actually, maybe no one's made a comment. If you were here, make a comment. Say hello. I'll see if I can get it. Natalie, come show me how to make a comment. We'll dive in.
I will.
See what's shaking. But part of my favorite things about doing these is being able to communicate with you guys. So I want to make sure that when you say stuff, I can say stuff back because that's how we roll. All right. So today we are talking about legacy and how to create a legacy with your cleaning company. I talk to so many of you owners of cleaning companies day in, day out, and so many people want to build a legacy, but they are stuck where they are. They can't figure out. A lot of times you guys are just cleaning. You can't figure out how to grow. We'll see what. Hold on. Natalie's here trying to be sneaky on the side. Wait for it. There we go. Now we've got comments. All right. Good. So Jennifer says, hey, from Delaware. Karen says, hey. Jolu. Jolu. I need to send Jolu some sort of a gift or prize. He is by far the most faithful attendee on these. Hey, Dina's in the house. Love Dina. Alan's here. Luciano. Oh my gosh, we got everybody. What a party. So excited to have all you guys on. Let's get in, have a party. Robin Nicholas says, I have anyone to leave my legacy to. We're going to talk about that. I think she might be saying she doesn't have anyone to leave a legacy to. We're going to talk about that as well. But feel free to post in the group. Oh, that's Rohan says, I have anyone, or I have no, I'm not sure what he's saying. Hey, Caitlin's in the house. She says so I'm thinking it might be Caitlin and her super cool husband who I got to hang out with last weekend, Alonzo. Jason Johnson back in Alaska from sunny Phoenix, Arizona. I wish I could tell you, buddy, that you took all the good weather with you, but you did not. It's pretty freaking lovely out here. So it's not quite as bright without the Johnson family in. All right, let's talk legacy. Kylie says, this is your first live. Me too, Kylie. All right, that's a lie. It's not mine at all. All right, I'm going to talk legacy. Natalie's going to talk to everyone in the chat, and I'm going to try not to be distracted, as is my custom, but we'll see how that works out. So, again, if you were here because you want to leave a legacy for your company, but you find that you're just cleaning or that you're not growing at the level that you want, or you're you don't know what the next step is, we're going to talk about that all the time. So first and foremost, the cost is if we don't change, it doesn't just cost you. That's a big thing, right? I don't know about you guys, but when I was a young man, a long, long time ago, because I'm half dead now, when my son, Caleb, who's 20 now, when I found out I was going to be a dad, my whole attitude towards money changed, right? I'd always been interested in money and business, and all that's fun and cool, but everything changed when, for crying out loud, Marina says, hey to my favorite people. You're just being too nice. I will say hey to my favorite accent. Everyone reach out to Marina and see how cool she is. BBL Princess Paula says, hello from Virginia Beach. We got everybody coming in. Deanna's here. Dina was here for 9 seconds. She's got to go to work. Miss you, sister. All right, cool. So all that to say, I remember when I had my first, I found I was going to be a dad, and it was huge. The way I looked at money changed everything. And, I'm guessing, at least the guys and probably the females out there, when we had our first kid, things changed, right? We weren't just working for ourselves. We realized other human beings depended on me. And of course I was married, and she depended on me to a degree, but she was an able-bodied woman, right? It's not if I died, she would be starving, but you've got kids and you realize if you died, they might be starving, right? They'd be at the government or whatever. So the problem with legacy is if you don't change, it doesn't just cost you, very rarely no one does a business in a vacuum, right? We've got customers. If you've got a real business, you've got customers. Often we have vendors and employees and people that we serve and community. And when we don't serve our business right or build it the way it could build, we cheat, not just us, but all of those people. So we're going to talk about how to set your business up so that's not the case. So a big belief is, and this is probably the most frustrating, demotivating thing as a coach I get, when people feel like, I'll talk to them and they're not ready to change yet, but they're not quite fed up with where they are. And they kind of just feel like I'll magically hit my goal. I won't have to do anything different, right? I'll just hope harder. Or if I just keep at it, right? Talk to so many people and go, what's going to happen if you don't change? If we just stay here? And they'll go, well, I'll never give up. And I go, great. What are you going to do different? Like, I don't know. And it's just probably the saddest thing I ever hear is I'm not going to do anything different. I'm not going to take massive action. I'm going to just start swinging wildly. Like, I'll just send out a bunch of direct mail. Like, okay, like somehow or again, you get some knucklehead salesperson from some sort of media company, like just give, and again, I'm not knocking specific media companies, but just any sort of give me money and everything will be great, right? We'll get you leads, just give us money. And we think, we want to believe that there's some sort of magic pill like that, and there's not. So first and foremost, we've got to get over that. I will magically hit my goals without doing anything different. Or if I need massive change to build a company that's legacy, right? Because if we have a little company that, maybe we're just cleaning or we've got one employee, that's great. There's nothing wrong with that, but it's probably not going to leave a legacy, right? The amount of impact that we can have has a lot to do with the revenue that we have, the employees, the number of people that we serve. So if that's not you and you want to do something different, you're not going to be able to, or I'll talk to someone that's like, they're doing $100,000 a year in revenue, which is fine. Nothing wrong with that. And what's your 12-month goal? And they're like, I want to make it to $500,000. And it's like, okay, great. How long have you been in business? They're like 8 years. Okay. Well, for the first 8 years, we went from 0 to 100,000, and you want in the next 12 months go from 100,000 to 500, which is fine. We help people do that all the time. So it's not that, but it's okay, what are you going to do different? And then it's nothing, right? I'm going to, it's some dumb little like, oh, we got a website, or just not, and there's nothing wrong with websites, but just that the change in what they want is huge and it's massive and it's what you need to do to build legacy, but the change that they're willing to do in themselves is tiny. Natalie, I'm feeling like I'm ranting. Reel me in. What am I missing, sister?
No, I think that's really true. There's a big difference between your goals and what you're actually doing and making massive change to get them. A lot of people, like you said, are just like, well, I'm going to try harder. I'm going to push harder. And if I just work 100 hours a week doing the same thing that I'm doing now, I'm going to reach this massive goal.
Massive heart attack? What?
Right, exactly. In order to have massive change in your business, you have to have massive change in your habits and what you're doing. If you're on one trajectory, just working harder at that trajectory is not going to get to the right place.
Yeah, that really is kind of paramount with people that are still cleaning. And again, please don't hear me judging anybody. I've been every stage of business, from every mistake that I yell and rant about, I promise you I've made. So there's nothing wrong with cleaning. It's just believing that you can build a legacy business while you're cleaning. That's just not going to work. The way that you build a legacy business is create systems that create value when you're not working. I'm going to say that again because it's so important. You have to create systems that continue to create value when you aren't working, right? If you have a job, you can't have a business. And if you don't have a business, we're not even close to having a legacy, right? There can be no legacy of, I worked doing this for I talked to a woman, it's been months now. She was I think she was 60, and she'd literally been cleaning for 40 years and was talking about how she was getting old. And some of her clients that she thought she was really close with, and she'd literally cleaned their homes for decades, seen their kids grown up, and they're firing her because she's getting too old and they get someone younger to do it cheaper. It broke my heart, right? So she wasn't even not only was she not in a place to build a legacy, she wasn't in a place she didn't even have a business. She had a job, right? So first and foremost, the big transition we need to make to get to legacy is out of cleaning into owning a business. And that's not even building a legacy. That's just table stakes, right? If we don't have that, we can't take step 2 without taking step 1. That said, some of you guys, I think someone said something about who would I leave the legacy to? So legacy absolutely can mean kids, right? But there are lots of us that go, my kids are not interested in owning a cleaning business. That is okay. We can still leave a legacy in 2 ways. One, I feel like my last 2 businesses I sold for 7 figures left a legacy, right? I left a legacy in the people that I'd worked with and worked for. I still get people that talk to me or know or remember those businesses and looked upon them fondly. And I'd like to think that was some of the best working years some of those people ever had, right? They're the best jobs they ever had, and they still remember, and they'll still call me periodically. Keith Johnson, if you're out there. Anyway, all that to say, that's one way. The second way is when we made 2 7-figure exits, that changed not just my life, but Natalie's life and both of my sons' life, our church's life, the charities that we're able to donate, their other people's lives that we've never met have been changed. So you can leave a legacy in a couple different ways. First is, and again, the beautiful thing, it's a double-edged sword. When you don't have a business, you're just cleaning. There's no way you can leave a legacy. You're not really impacting anyone. There's nothing wrong with that. I love the cleaning business. It's honest work for honest money. And if you choose to do that as a job as opposed to a business, that's fine. You just can't leave a legacy, right? So the bad news is if you don't have impact, right? If your impact only doesn't reach beyond what you can do, what you can personally clean, or you can personally do, that's fine. There's just not going to be a lot of legacy left. When you can expand that with, I have other employees doing the work for me, and I can scale that, and I can have as many employees as I'd like, and I can have hundreds of customers that I certainly couldn't service alone, that gives us the footprint, or our ability to make a legacy is much, much, much bigger. Inside the hearts and minds of the people that we serve, inside the hearts and minds of the people that we employ. Certainly with cleaning, we have a huge opportunity, and a lot of the people that we are able to hire and employ and give opportunities for are marginalized, right? My favorite folks to help are single moms that maybe clean for other people and they want to get their job, and now they can have a real business, right? Like the American dream, people that can actually do that. So that's the first way to create a legacy. The second way to create a legacy that you guys are all probably familiar with is I build a great business and I give it to my kid or my family or whoever I love. That's fine. The third way that a lot of people miss, so we can absolutely build a legacy within our business in terms of how we serve the people that we serve and our employees. The second is giving it to somebody. That's a pretty obvious one, but a lot of times it doesn't work. They don't want the business. They don't know how to run the business. They're going to, I love my 20-year-old kid, who's great. He's got a lot of talents, but I think if I'd given him any of my businesses, I don't think it would have served him. It certainly wouldn't have served the business, and I would have probably lost all my hair watching the whole thing unfold. But certainly being able to sell a couple businesses for a good amount of money, again, leaves a legacy financially with just my sons, my family, the charities that we give to. So just don't put in a box the ways that your business can leave a legacy. What am I leaving out, Natalie?
What was the third one? You had inside the hearts and minds of people, and then the second way was to give your business to somebody like your kids or a family member. And then the third way was
probably the most important, which is just sell your company for a bunch of money.
Okay,
and
all right.
That money you can do, and that's another thing. I get so many people, and I've at times in my life been kind of caught up in this with, I don't need a bunch of money. I don't need Ferraris and mansions, and me neither. My wife and I drive decent cars, but nothing you guys will be like, oh my gosh, that's a Lamborghini or that's a Bentley, BMW and Mercedes. Nice cars, but nothing. And we bought them used, right? We could afford the new ones, but we wouldn't want it. So and if you came to our house, it's a nice house. I feel very, very, very blessed, but no one's going to walk in and go, oh my gosh, this guy must be very, very wealthy, right? So it's not about the money, but we can go too far the other way and think like, oh, it's, money's evil, or if the most misquoted scripture I know about in the Bible is that the love of money is evil, right? Hey, Brandy says, finally I get to see you live. Glad to have you, young lady. But the reality is the love of money. So people say money is the root of all evil, but that's not what the Bible says. It says the love of money is the root of all evil, or the root of all kinds of evil, right? So all that to say, if we have weirdness in our heads around money and how we can use it, that can really take us off of our legacy path. If we have, just like fire, it's neither good nor bad. It can save lives and warm us and protect us, and it can absolutely burn things down. Money's the same way. So we've got to make sure, first and foremost, if we really want to build a legacy, that A, we're clear on what we want, B, we put a plan that's got a bunch of action together that we can follow, and then C, obviously there's some diligence in following the plan. What am I missing, Nat?
No, I think you pretty much covered it. You're a verbose man. It's hard to follow you.
Just let me translate, Natalie. That's like, you talk way too much, and it's a good thing these people pay you, because I'm about ready to smack you if you don't shut up. She would never say that because she's delightful, but
Not to your face. It's on my blog.
It's okay. MikeTalksTooDamnMuch.com.
Yeah.
Dylan says, Nat, working a 12-hour day. Yeah, poor Natalie. She did both of her Tech Thursdays calls. She's helped me on here. She has just been an absolute trooper. All right. So the big thing is the people thinking, if here's another one that'll derail you. If I can just get more customers, I can build a business that leaves a legacy. The reality is it takes a complete system that works together to scale into something amazing, right? Some people get it right with, man, it's so crazy with this new one. Everyone's like clicking, so it hears. It's hard for me with my ADD to hear all the clicks and you guys are having an interesting conversation. I'm like, ooh, I want to join in that conversation, so I'm trying to stay focused. But it takes a complete system. Nothing bums me out more when I'm coaching someone. I kind of lay out the entire system, and I'll do it quickly for you. There's 3 big chunks. We've got a 9-step system. First is the foundation. You certainly can't build anything with a foundation, knowing your goals, knowing what you stand for, bidding, billing, and tracking properly, understanding who your customer is, what their pain is, how you can serve them. That foundation's got to be poured. Then on top of that, we need a client attraction system that's automated. And then after that, we need an employee attraction system that's automated. Obviously, it's much deeper than that, but that's a good overview. So I lay it out for someone. I'm super fired up, and I go, what do you think? And they'll say something like, should I have 1099 employees or W-2 employees, right? And the reality is they all have to work together. So I guess the big thing I'm trying to say when it comes to building a legacy, right? We can have quick success and make a couple bucks just by selling really hard or working really hard or doing a little bit more, maybe direct mail or maybe some of those things. There can be things that get you some customers. But if you really want to create a legacy and something that can scale and build into something amazing, you need all of it together, right? So you've got to make sure, and I'll tell you right here, it is a strong foundation, which we just laid out. We're tracking the right things. We know who our customer is. We know where we want to go. We've got big goals, little goals, a client attraction system, right? Not something where we're actually out there constantly doing it ourselves. We need a system that attracts, not chases clients. And we have to know who the right clients are. So we're attracting the right clients, right? You can build a legacy of pain and sorrow if we have a bunch of the wrong clients. I am so blessed that I get to work with some of the coolest human beings on the face of the earth, with you guys, Cleaning Nation. So it's pretty easy for me to identify who they're right. And I'll even tell you guys, I'll give you guys the answers to the question. People are like, what does it take to work with you? I'll tell you what it takes to work with me. The folks that are really, truly committed and take action and are decisive and are coachable, that is what it takes to succeed. And that's who we're looking for, right? So that I know who my ideal client is. Certainly they own a cleaning company, but it's not just that. They're committed to grow. They're dedicated to grow. They're decent human beings. I won't work with liars, cheaters, thieves. People are just trying to screw other people to get ahead. So it's really important that you know who your customer is. Once you've got that foundation and a client attraction system, same thing with the employees, right? We don't just want someone that'll, put their hand in a toilet for $12 an hour. We want someone that wants to be a part of something bigger, that's willing to sacrifice sometimes themselves for the good of the whole, right? They care about this job more than just another crappy job. It's a community. It's like we just had our Millionaire Mastermind with Kim and Dylan and Caitlin. They're all, well, not Caitlin, her husband, Alonzo was there. We're going to get Caitlin last time. And oh my gosh, we got a bunch of business stuff done. But more importantly, I cared about these people as human beings. I really enjoyed spending time with them. And stuff like that is what builds a legacy. And if I didn't know who my perfect clients were, we couldn't have got that. So yeah, the quality of clients, knowing who they are, having a client attraction system that brings them to you, and then an employee attraction system, same thing, right? If we just get a bunch of knuckleheads that are willing to do a job, that's not going to leave a legacy. But I'll tell you, when it all works together, when the foundation is solid, you have a client attraction system that brings in more of the right clients than you can handle, and you're constantly trying to innovate new ways to serve them at a higher level, and you've got more employees trying to beat down your doors and get in. They all believe in the same values that you believe. Man, you put that together, the synergy is really, really exciting, and now you get me all fired up. So everyone's just chatting all the cool stuff. So Natalie, what am I missing? I'm going to check out and see what TJ and Dylan are saying. What do you have to add? You've been with me for over a decade now. You know all my crap. What do they need to know? What big blanks are we leaving out?
I think visualizing what they want their legacy to look like. Mm-hmm. I think a lot of people have like this whole, I just want it to be amazing, but they don't know what amazing is. They don't know what does that look like? What do you want that company to look like? What do you want that legacy to look like? How many hours a week are you working, or how much money are you actually making or putting away, right? It's not just about your gross revenue, but your actual, net profit. Those are all things that are super important. People have those dream boards that they put up where they have all the different things that they want their lives to look like. But when it comes to their business, they have absolutely no clue. They just want to grow to some undetermined amount. So knowing what that actual end goal is so you can work towards it is key.
And one other thing, one of the things I love and that frustrates me about owners of cleaning companies, just about every coaching call I do, when I ask someone, where do you want to be, right? What goals do you have? Inevitably, money-wise, they'll almost always answer where they want to be for the company. I love that you guys put your company ahead of everything. So they'll answer on, $50,000 a month. It'll always be for the company because they always care about the company first. And they're like, oh, my own income will just work itself out. Always start with you and what you need for your personal life. And then we make the business that's going to create that for you, right? In terms of time, in terms of money. And I promise if you get that right, and actually it's so funny, Kim and Jason are on, we talked about that this weekend. Always start with your life and what kind of money it's going to take to live the life that you want, what kind of time it's going to take to live the life that you want. And then we reverse engineer a business that's going to provide that time and money freedom. We never just build a business to build it and then hope for the best, because you can build a multi-million-dollar business and be broke. You can build a $500,000 business that's very profitable, but you're a slave to it. There's all sorts of scenarios where you can build a business you think you want if you're not clear and you're miserable, and then you want to shut it down or sell it or do something that's going to inhibit your legacy. All right, we've got a bunch of stuff going on in the chat. I'm going to try and say catch up with everybody, and then that'll be that. So TJ says, sounds like leaving a legacy boils down to mindset and good systems. I'd say that's 80% of it, TJ. Absolutely. With the wrong mindset, you got no chance. With the wrong systems, you got no chance. With the right systems and mindset, you got a chance. You just got to diligently follow the systems and be willing to fail over and 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 over again. And just when you think if you failed enough, you got to keep failing. So, and be willing to keep getting back up. So you're very, very close, TJ. Dylan says, how did I end up with you? Hello, Daisy saying I'm not into, I don't know what Dylan's saying. And Phoenix PTG says, what do you charge for coaching and consulting? Great question, Phoenix. And then Dylan says, only costs an arm and a leg. And Kim out of the wing says, best arm and a leg available. Thanks, man. And Dylan says, LOL, Mike has saved me 20 years of trying to figure things out. He answered my prayers. Oh, thanks, man. God bless it, Dylan. You got a big hug coming, brother. Phoenix PTG, the coaching that we do, we only accept 10 or 20 customers per month. We do our best to give massive service to very few people and help them actually get results. If any of you would like me to sit down and take a look at where your business is at and where you would like it to be and help you come up with a plan to get you where you want to be and build that legacy company, I'm happy to do that at no charge as a service to the community, because I absolutely love owners of cleaning companies. Go to growmycleaningcompany.com. Natalie always spoils my surprise. She puts it in there. growmycleaningcompany.com/talk. You can book times. I do all these calls as of now for myself. That was for you, Jason and Kim Johnson. So there, and we are actually going out of town this week, so I'm cutting my regular schedule in half. So if you want an appointment, go sooner than later, because they run out and then people give us angry emails, and it's always a pain back. So growmycleaningcompany.com/talk. Brandy says, my hair is getting gray by the minute, but I wouldn't even try it without you all. Oh, Brandy, you are so sweet. I want to give you a hug. Sherry, thanks for the kind words. You guys are awesome. All right. So long story short, if you want to build a legacy, first and foremost, you got to get crystal clear on where you want to go and why that's important. Remind yourself and have people that you love and care about remind you that every day. Second, you absolutely need to have a system that works, right? All the oomph in the world ain't going to get you there if you're following the wrong track. And the best system in the world ain't going to get you there without a massive amount of commitment. So hopefully that did answer your question. Phoenix PTG, glad to help, brother. All right. If anyone else needs anything else, go to growmycleaningcompany.com for all the resources that we have. If you would like me to sit down and help you come up with a plan to create the business that you've always wanted, growmycleaningcompany.com/talk. You all are amazing human beings. I believe we'll be in Seattle next time we broadcast. Can't wait to talk to you. We will see you there. Thanks for tuning in to today's show. If you're fired up, ready to grow, and want to see if you have what it takes to work with us at Grow My Cleaning Company, here's what I want you to do right now. Go to growmycleaningcompany.com/talk. That's growmycleaningcompany.com/talk to book an appointment to speak with me personally. I'm going to jump on the phone with you to get you crystal clear on where you are now, where you want to be, and how to get you there. Don't walk around in the dark any longer. If you are serious about growing your cleaning company, it's time to finally get the systems in place that you need to grow. We've helped hundreds of owners of cleaning companies not only grow their business and their personal freedom, but give back to their community as well. If that's what you're looking for, head over to growmycleaningcompany.com/talk and book a time to talk with me personally. I can't wait to get to know you and your business.